Let's get it. I don't know what's happening today. This is the third time that I've booted it, so hopefully we getting some traction. Hopefully the sound is okay. Let me just double check it here. Let me see what's going on. Going on. I bet. I bet. We in this shit. We in this shit. Time to turn up. Let's go. Let's go. This is the last time, man. If it don't go down today, it ain't going down. You get me? Hey. Okay.
Child is going
Not
to bed.
V-Doll.
Vito is going to bed. But God bless everybody.
Oh my God.
Praise the Lord.
Special occasion. Oh my God. How I pulled this off?
I, just
Grandma,
me and Biggie.
what's happening, Shorty? You look good.
I tried, you know.
Come on, turn your volume up. We can't hear you.
Oh my God.
Turn your volume up.
Can you hear me now?
V-Doll's in the building for everybody ain't know. Make
Pull
some
up.
noise.
Pull up. One
Okay.
time for the one time.
So you got some thoughts on the conversation?
The conversation about young and old.
Huh?
About the young and old situation.
Yeah, about the young and old. So what age do we
Of
deem is
course.
acceptable for you to date someone that's either older or younger? Maybe take the headphones out because I can't hear you.
Okay, but you're going to get mad feedback because I'm in the basement.
Oh, come on,
So can you
B&B.
hear me?
Nah,
Okay.
it's super low.
Can you hear me now?
All right, go like this.
Can you hear
Like
me now?
nah, same.
I
Like
took the
put
headphone
the
off.
mouthpiece closer to your mouth.
Okay,
Maybe
hold on. Let me put them back.
pause. And let me see where
Hello,
your
can you
brother
hear
at.
me now?
Oh, you
Can you
struggling,
hear me
cuz.
now?
But drop it. Tell us what you think. Maybe we'll hear you better on the live feed.
Okay, so here we go. One, the age of consent in New York is 17.
I see
Two,
that.
two, um, I put on the last live. I remember being in the tunnel nightclub every Sunday. If everybody didn't know what that was where the drug dealers and all the hustlers used to hang in the late 90s, early 2000s. At that time, I was 17. And I went to 42nd Street. Me and my friends, we was in high school. We got fake IDs, and we was rumping with grown ass drug dealers. We was chilling, and
It was
nobody knew the
normal.
wiser. It was definitely normal back then, back in the day when drug dealers was real drug dealers, and they wasn't just buying belts and sneakers. They was buying houses and laundromats and all of that. You know,
Talk that talk, George.
we really dated older men. I think when I was 17, my boyfriend was like 24 or 25.
Right.
And nobody said anything. It was the norm, especially in the black community, because usually when you're that age, the older man is going to take care of you.
Mm-hmm.
So when females that are younger, they look for older men to be taken care of. It depends on, where they come from, their life experiences, if they're poor, if your mother not giving you stuff, or if you got mad siblings with mad bills, you outside like, oh, I want some door knockers because I'm jingling, baby, and I'm 17.
Yeah. For those who
Facts.
don't know, V Dog was really
I
outside in the
was
trenches.
really outside, and I was a kid. I was 17 and I was lit. I'm wearing mink coats at
For
18. Like
a
who
fact.
who little 17, 18-year old boyfriend could afford to buy them a mink
Uh
coat?
huh.
The nigga was grown. And nobody never said to me, well, where did you get that coat from? It was like, oh, she got a mink coat from
Right.
my grown boyfriend. You know what I'm saying? Like now that everything is coming out, everybody is like, oh my God, oh my God. But hindsight to that is, where did these young girls get these IDs from? Where was your mother?
Mm-hmm.
Where was the people in your life to say, oh, why is she outside at 3 and 4 o'clock in the morning? Because I know me, I was sneaky. I'd be like, "Oh, I'm going to church. I'm in choir rehearsal. It's Sunday. Oh, we got a performance. I have my spandex and my bra top underneath my church dress."
But would you
By the time,
say the times have changed from then to now with young women?
but the fact is that these things happened back then. This
Right.
was not in 2015, 2018. All of these stories they talking about is in the 90s and the 2000s or whatever the case may be. We were really outside, and we used to, when I was in high school, I went to Jane Addams and in the Bronx, and I lived in Brooklyn. And older guys, drug dealers, used to pull up to our school.
Regular.
We used to be tying our little polo shirts up to make it a crop top. They used to be like, "Yo, little shorty, yo, Red, where you going?" I would be posted up with my little coach bag, like, "Oh, with you."
So let me ask you something. So was it all a money grab? Was it all just a money play? If it was an older dude that pull up to you and he didn't have no money, was you giving
you
him the
you
time
not
of day?
you're not getting the time of day, because
Yeah.
first of all, back then it was about, like, you see the little Kim, the Foxy Brown. That was the era in which I was in high school. So the people we had to look up to was people who was wearing their furs, people who was wearing big earrings, diamond necklaces. And me as a 17-year-old, when I looked at that, that's something I wanted. But guess what? That's something my household could not afford, because it
Mm-hmm.
was mad kids up in there. So when I looked at that, that was like a goal. Even though I was a good student, even though I was headed to college, even though I was doing all of these things, in my mind, I wanted to be Little Kim.
Facts.
I wanted to be Mary J. Blige. Hence, I got a rose on my thigh, and I always wore high boots. It's summertime. I got on high boots and shorts.
What is it? Is it acceptable though? Is the
It's
question.
it's not acceptable, but some cultural and some, you know, things in life happen. So it gets done. And especially, and I'm not even going to say, oh, only in the black community, the Hispanic community. I
Facts.
remember being in 11th grade. My friend Margarita, she was marrying the damn man that owned the bodega. It was a whole wedding. And I was at this little wedding that was like a quinceañera. And I was like, "Oh, I'm going to a sweet 16." My grandmother bought me a dress for a sweet 16, and I was at a wedding. And my friend was getting married because her mom and them, they needed to come from DR, and the man was sponsoring them, and she married the man. And it was nothing wrong. And like I said, we were in 11th
Right.
grade. It wasn't like she was in 12th grade, 18. We had to be all of 16, 17 years old.
Wow.
And this is something that happened.
Did
You
her
you
mom
had to do
pimp her
things.
out?
Her mother didn't pimp her out, because it was kind of like her idea, like, "Oh, you could bring my parents over." He had money. That was like a thing to do. So then you looked at it like, "Oh, I'm helping my family."
Bet.
And then look, I had drug dealer boyfriends. My brother, Black Sinatra, who right on here. I remember one day he was crying for some damn pump sneakers. I went to my drug dealer boyfriend and I was like, "Yo, I need $100." He was like, "Yo, what's up?" I said, "My brother wants some pumps." He was like, he took me to get my brother some pumps, and it was lit.
What you gonna do when your girl need
Yeah,
$100?
like, I wasn't talking about now, "Oh my God, I'm so poor. I made sure my brother got his
You
sneakers."
better know it.
Because in our house, you be like, "Okay, y'all two get on this month, y'all two get on that month." Oh no, we not doing no months. My brother wanted sneakers on Saturday. Saturday, he's gonna get his sneakers.
So all right, so that's established. So for young women today, older men, is just you feel it's just a money grab. Do you think that at any point with any of these women, now let's take it to today, to today's age, are any of these young women that's open to dating older men? Is it all a money play, or is it because the maturity of the men that they have available to them is just not up to par?
It could be daddy issues. They want a father. They miss their father. You remind them of their father. It could be a whole lot of things. That person could be totally manipulating them. This
Facts.
man is telling her stuff that she never heard in her house. "Oh, you're pretty. Oh, you're gorgeous. Oh, your body's nice." If you a young girl who had low self-esteem, and here go grandpa or Uncle Bubba over here telling you all of these nice things, guess what? He got that mind.
Uncle. Oh my God.
And that's like when they was like, oh, R. Kelly this, R. Kelly that. Look at R. Kelly's mindset. He couldn't read, he couldn't spell.
Right.
He you know what I'm saying? So when those young girls was at his age level, his maturity level,
Mm-hmm.
he couldn't read. They probably reading for him. Like, oh yeah, that says Big Mac. This nigga sitting back here talking about B what's that? Big Mac?
I hate
What?
to see
And
it.
she up there reading for him. So when people talk about the nature of all of these young girls with these older men, oh, they bring in Diddy chicks. Where were their mothers? Where was their mothers? You know what? Some of these mothers be pimping their daughters. Oh, go up there with him because you're gonna be a star, and your daughter can't sing a lick.
You
So
feel
what the
me?
fuck?
Yeah.
What was your daughter
I
going to
felt
that
like it
studio
was
to
a
do?
lot of that going on with the R. Kelly thing, and when
It's
it
a
came
lot.
out,
It was
I
a
felt like a
lot.
lot of
Let
it
me tell you
was
something.
a money play.
And y'all know back in the days, I used to hang out with some artists. I used to hang out in the studio. I used to be seeing young girls in there, and they was like 15, talking about, oh, I'm gonna sing background, and I'm in there chilling.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, this girl can't even sing, and where's her mama? And it was straight no cap. And they in there just like me, but I was older than them. By this time, when I'm chilling with, like, going to the studio and stuff, these girls was younger than me, and I'm like, it's 1 a.m.
Right.
Like, they not going
Right.
home.
All right. So
So y'all in the back
you've
room.
heard of Dre Michelle? Not to cut you off, right? But I'm gonna bring it up and then I'm gonna circle back with Black. You heard of Dre Michelle, right? The basketball wife girl.
Mm-hmm.
So
Drea.
her baby father is 22 and she's 38.
Mm-hmm.
So is that more acceptable because he's 22, she's 38. So
None of
she's
it.
legal,
None
you
of
know.
it. None of it is acceptable. But again, do he have mommy issues? Just like your brother just sat here and said people 9 years older, and then people want to be dragging her like, oh, he's the age of her son. She had that son at like 15 years old. So she had a son as a child. It's
Mm-hmm.
not like she was grown and, oh, I'm 20, 25 and I had a baby. No, she had a baby as a kid. So technically, she shouldn't have no goddamn 22-year-old son.
Facts. Understood.
You
Understood.
understand? So at the end of the day, her maturity level too, like if you hear her speak, he's probably more. Look at Jennifer Williams from Basketball Wives. Ain't nobody talking about that. Her dude is young too. He like, she's 50 because she's older than me, so she's 50.
Speak on it.
And then her boy 32 and his mother loving it up. She's standing there crying like, oh my God, that's so beautiful. So it's about the family dynamics, it's about cultural diversity, it's about a lot of things, and it's about systematic behaviors. Like, if you see these people trying to have a come up, and she's on a show and she's making a certain amount of money, some of the mothers be like, get that bag.
You think
And if
his
you
mother telling him to get that bag? You think
who the 22
you
year
think
old
Jalen Green mother is telling him, yeah, go back, Drea?
the 22-year-old mother,
Yeah.
if my son is with some old cooter, oh, she'll never see that nigga again because she'll be dragged down the motherfucking steps.
Get
But
that
see,
cooter.
these mothers think these sons is grown and it's okay. Like, oh, it's okay. You could have a baby. You could get a baby. You could pull a baby out of her.
This is
So you
crazy.
have to look at social dynamics. You have to look at so many things when it comes to older. And some people it's cultural, some people it's their religion. Just like we were saying, the Muslims, they believe that you can marry somebody half their age plus 7. So listen, they doing it. When black people were slaves, even in Bible days, your wife was way younger, because guess what? When the husband is too old to work, or if the husband need his pamper change, guess what? She's still at an age where she can help her husband.
Mm-hmm.
So now we want to sit here and cry wolf and talk about, oh my God, he was on drugs, he was dragging. It's because people trying to get $1. And then look at it. It's the same thing they did to Bill Cosby. It's the same thing they did to R. Kelly. You black, you got a couple of dollars. We ain't gonna make it happen because the next thing they talking about Jay-Z. That was a quick shush
Yeah, they
because
gonna
they
drag
was like,
him. I feel like
oh,
it's coming though. I feel like they're gonna drag him.
it's
That whole
coming
shit
because they were saying, oh, Foxy Brown was saying
for
it. Oh, this one was
sure.
saying it. Oh, that one was saying it. So at the end of the day, they ain't gonna let our black butts have nothing.
Hold on, let me just
Because what about
hold on. Let me just bring other people into the conversation. If you don't know what we're talking about right now, we just speaking on in the community. What do we feel is an appropriate age to dating? Do we feel like it's appropriate for an older man to date a younger woman, or for an older woman to date a younger man? So Dre Michelle, her baby father is 22, and it's going rapid through the community. People dragging her and saying, "Oh, she's a cougar, she's this, she's a pedophile." Well, they both of age, right? So it's not as if he's
she's
16 and
molesting
she's
him?
38. He's 22, right? So, um, and as you said, R. Kelly, people say age ain't nothing but a number. Is that probably not the best reference? But again, like as you get older, say when he's 32, right, and she's 48, is it going to be a difference then? Is it so much as a difference if they do stay together and they continue to develop and grow that relationship? Do we now find it more acceptable, or is it always going to be like an older woman should never date a younger man, and a older man should never date a younger female? Do we
You know
always
what?
have to stay within our age bracket, right? So I'm
But
37. I've dated women that's younger than me, right? Not extremely younger than me, but maybe I'm 37. I dated someone that's 33, right? Or when I was 33, I dated somebody who was 26. But for me, there was challenges in those relationships because I always felt like some of the cliche things of like the mentality. I always felt like they maybe be like a little too immature for me, right?
but
So
I
there's
want to
like a
say this.
gap.
You got to think about it. It's only in our community that we make such a big thing. If he's of age, I believe if the person is of age of consent, then what's the problem? Woody Allen married his goddamn foster daughter. They swept that under the rug, and it was okay.
Rashawn got the tea.
But I'm just saying, Woody Allen really married his foster daughter, and they swept it under
She
the rug.
gonna
It's like,
call the names,
oh,
blood.
and that's in a different community. No Funny is in the mayonnaise community, and they was like, oh my god, he married. Oh, okay, and it was swept under. What's the lady that killed herself? The white girl. She was on drugs. Her husband died, and she got rich, and he was like 100, and she was like 30.
Mm-hmm.
What was her name? Anna,
Look, this
whatever her name,
Geneva
the
problem
blonde
though.
hair.
So this
Anna,
Geneva
Anna
comment, it's
Nicole
not
Smith.
about Geneva saying it's not about how about her being older. It's about him being the same age as her son. So that it's an inappropriate relationship because her
But
son is the same age.
but the problem with her son being the same age is the fact that she had that son as a teenager. It's a difference if she had that son being grown. This She was pregnant at a young age, so of course her son is gonna be older. So that's the thing. Like right now, if I would have had a son when I was 16, my son would be in his 30s. So I'm not supposed to date. Oh, I just almost told my age. Jesus. So would it be inappropriate for me to be like, oh my God, I can't date a 30 something year old because I'm held to the nah. You
Still
if you're
outside.
if you are 21 and you can think consciously, then guess what? You're able to date whomever at whatever age. Because again, if I was a 16-year-old having a baby, my son would be in his 30s.
So the big problem from what I'm hearing you
Hi,
say is the
Vanessa.
big problem is that not the fact that um he's young, but it's the fact that like if he's able to consent, right, it's okay. But the community is dragging them because from what I'm hearing you say, it's the trauma from what has happened in the past. So people are
Exactly.
not seeing it from the lens of like, oh, this seems to be a healthy relationship. Like if he love it, she love it, they both the age of consent. There's no anybody being manipulated here, right? It's so what why does the community have a problem with the relationship?
If his mother is alive and she don't have no problem with it, who are we to even have a voice? if his mother is alive
Mm-hmm.
and she's not saying, oh my God, this lady is on my son,
Right.
it's not our business. The problem with us Americans is we're always in somebody's damn business. Stay out of people's business, out of their house. Because guess what? When the lights go out in some people's house, we don't know who they humping on.
Mm-hmm.
Truth be told.
Mm-hmm.
Rat, cat,
And
fish,
it ain't none of
monkey.
our goddamn business for real.
It's not our business. But we just be so, oh my God, did you hear what happened? Your grandfather Rufus cheated on your grandmother with Tina.
Mm-hmm.
And Tina was half your grandmother's age. Let's stop playing. And some people grandfathers was way older than their grandmothers. If you look at it, so I just think that in our community, we just need something to talk about at all times. If people are at the age of consent and they're not harming anyone and they're not doing anything malicious, that's their personal business. It's not up to us to say yay or nay.
Mm-hmm.
I just know if her stinking cooter was on my son, I'm dragging her. Get your cooter off my baby.
With the
Okay,
baby.
let him get some young snatch that he could take
I
down.
understand.
She taking him down and he like it, so he happy and
Right.
he
Right.
he made her a
Okay.
daycare center and now she having a baby.
Okay.
So that's
Geneva, I
how
would
it
love to
is.
hear your thoughts as well, Geneva.
I'm just saying not to be saying. I just think that our community just love people business. Like if she happy and he's happy and they gonna have a little baby, then baby it out. You know, I just think what she definitely eating ass.
Yo, yo, cause that's these young niggas, these young niggas, they fully into that.
Well, I mean, he could eat it with a spoon if that's his choice. Again, we minding somebody's business.
They fully into that. Like these young people are like they really into that. Like
Right, Charlotte.
it's
I was gonna have the mother in me come through because I'm just saying if people I was young and I always dated older people. I didn't date people my age. So I'm not gonna say, oh my God, that it's a problem. The only person I ever dated that's my age is my husband. And look where that got me, fellas.
well, thank you, Rashawn. We appreciate you coming on. We
Y'all gotta
appreciate
say
your
thank you to
thoughts.
Biggie in the
Y'all know
background.
legendary
Biggie
Rashawn
lit.
was outside.
I'm
Up, sis?
outside tonight.
V-Dog, thank you
What
so
up,
much. We appreciate
brother?
your thoughts,
I
man.
love
We're
y'all.
gonna get in
Y'all
with
keep
Black
it
right
going.
now.
Y'all keep it going. Stay up.
Hey,
I gotta go to bed.
hey,
I gotta get up
I
at
got my first
4:30.
pair of Jordans from you too. Salute.
You better say. You better tell that nigga at the bar. Thank you.
Now, I'm still friends with him on Facebook.
Wait. You gotta know which one you're talking about.
I know which one I'm talking about
Don't
because
be
he gave them
thanking
to me.
nobody for sneakers, and
No.
that's the wrong
He
person.
put them in my hand. Trust me.
Listen, I had a couple at the
Yo,
same
the
No,
time back in
plot
the day.
thickens.
I'm
But
talking
I'm
about the
just
one who
saying.
put them in my hand.
Okay, well, God bless him. But the one who gave you the pumps,
Oh,
I don't know if y'all friend. He don't have Facebook.
no, I don't think I know who that is. So,
We
but
just
thank him
thank
too.
God that we thank God that God was guarding and He kept me safe, and you were able to get your sneakers.
For a fact.
That's it.
All right, V-Dog.
Good night, everybody.
Good
Good
night. Love you,
night.
sis.
Love y'all.
Love you too.